Hello everyone, I'm Sam and welcome back to Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Last time we went through Rizika Station and dug up the evidence that Smiley was looking for, so now we're on our way back to TF-29 to turn it into him. Also, right after I cut the last recording, we got a phone call from Miller who told us to meet with the psychologist on staff, Dr. Ozan. So we will be meeting with her today as well.
Feels like everyone is tired.
Guess without further ado, let's get to it.
I finally decrypted the audio off the whisper chip tap. Fucking cold, man. You gotta hear it.
I have my hands full right now. Tell me where you are and I'll come when I can.
There's an old limb clinic in the Daphne district. It's closed down. Nobody goes there anymore. I'll be inside.
A limb clinic. Those were the, I guess, you know, I wouldn't really call it a store, but it was more like a maintenance facility for the augmented in the previous game. Alright, we need to meet with Dr. Ozan, and I think she's down here on the first floor. Alright, well, this is where Smiley's at, so we might as well talk to him first, I guess. Hey, Smiley.
Hey, how's it going? Do you have the scan?
Yeah, it's right here.
You're a lifesaver, Adam. Seriously, Miller was in a foul mood when he left here. I don't need to give him another excuse to chew me out.
He left. Where'd he go?
Didn't ask, didn't think he wanted me to know. Did those state police jerks give you any grief?
It's like you said. They shot first, so I took care of it.
Oh, okay. Good. They had it coming.
So what's on the scan?
Oh, that. I have no idea.
What? You told me you found something big.
I didn't say I knew what it was, Adam. I said it was something that could blow this case wide open. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not buying this whole Ark did it angle. I believe what the evidence tells me. This DSD has all the answers we need, from the chemical makeup of the explosive used down to the material in the victim's clothing. I'm sure of it.
Okay, so how long until we're all sure of it?
Oh, it'll take hours to sift through the data, and I'm seeing Sonia later to apologize for any issues I may have caused with the state police. Plus, I do have other cases to work on too, Adam. I'll let you know when I find something.
You do that.
Take it easy.
You know, I can't tell if these sleeves are, you know, helping him with forensics in any way, or if they're just, you know, some weird fashion accessory. Since he's not wearing gloves, I'm gonna go ahead and guess they're for fashion. Anything we can steal in your lab, Smiley? It's gotta be something, right? I saw a... oh, just a throwable. Alright, one down. Should only be one other person for us to talk to. Aha! Psychiatrist.
Adam, I'm Delaro Zen. I appreciate you coming in to speak with me, and... well, I know you're probably getting this from everyone today, but I need to ask. Are you okay? I've seen footage from the train station, but being there must have...
Is that what this is about?
No, that was sympathy. This is a standard agent health interview to determine combat readiness. Here, I got you this from the dispensary.
You got me neuropazine? Look, Doc, I was caught off guard by a terrorist attack. Might have knocked some things out of whack, but it doesn't mean my body's gonna start rejecting my augments.
True, but traumatic experiences can kick a hornet's nest into the immune system. In patients with neuroprosthetics...
Would you believe me if I told you my body doesn't reject mechanical implants?
No. But my policy is for straight talk only in the room, so if you want me to believe that you're some kind of medical miracle, I guess I'll have to go with it. Please, have a seat. I've been looking over your file. There's some very interesting history here. Mind if we take a trip down memory lane?
Is this gonna take long?
It says here that you were with Detroit SWAT, but left in 26 to head up Seraph Industries' security division. David Seraph was at the center of America's augmentation debate.
Oh boy. So this conversation lets us kind of retread the story of the previous game. And interestingly, even though Delara here doesn't believe Adam, his body does in fact accept augmentations, you know, willingly and readily. let's go ahead and be honest with her here. She hasn't asked anything incriminating.
David Sarif always attracted a lot of controversy.
Yes, I've seen some of his interviews. A firm believer in human enhancement technologies. I wonder if the incident changed his view?
Certainly didn't seem that way on the day.
You were with him then? In Panchea? When the incident happened?
So, to follow up, I suppose the only people on the planet that really know that Adam's body is so special are Adam, David, and I guess anyone that Megan showed her research to, since after all, Megan used Adam's DNA for her samples, even though she didn't disclose them as Adam.
Not at first. I was investigating the people responsible for attacking Sarif Industries. I was this close to exposing them when the incident hit.
You weren't affected?
No.
So how did you end up in Panchea?
I found out Sarif had left for the Arctic installation without me. I knew it was still under construction and most of its workforce was augmented. But by the time I got there, the damage had been done. Is there a reason we're dredging up the past? Because I don't see what any of this has to do with current events.
Don't you? Panchea was the fulcrum, Adam. For you and for all of society, everything changed that day. They dragged you out of the ocean and into a world that hates and fears people like you. Which actually leads me to my next question. So far, no one's claimed responsibility for the attack at Rizika. But with the human restoration vote coming, well, it's no secret Prague has become the symbol of legalized augmented oppression.
And the Augmented Rights Coalition is camped at its back door, trying to expose and resist it.
Most of the world thinks of them as terrorists. Augmented terrorists. If it turns out they are guilty, well, being augmented yourself...
How am I gonna feel?
I guess real world parallels aside, I like that they give us a complex issue option.
There are no easy answers, Doc. If the Augmented are behind this, maybe they felt it was their only recourse. Or maybe terrorism would stop if the ruling class realized how often their own actions contribute to it.
So investigating ARC, there's no value conflict for you?
Right now, I'm just a cop, and it's criminals that are responsible for this chaos, augmented or not. My job is to prevent further bloodshed.
That's good to hear. Listen, Adam, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me.
I didn't realize I had a choice.
You didn't? Still, I thank you. I'll let the director know that I'm officially clearing you for the field.
Well, it's probably best if I get back to work, Doc. I'll see you around.
This conversation makes me think that all of this is taking place over the course of one day, which means it was one hell of a day. Oh, we have 6 praxis to spend. Maybe we should go ahead and spend some of those. Same as before, we've got pretty much everything we could ever want. I'm going to go ahead and take the focus enhancement, mostly because I've never used it and it seems kind of cool. Other than that, let's just go ahead and max out our energy. This will increase our maximum possible energy. And then let's start taking, I don't know, let's take some aim upgrades, because these are pretty helpful. Let's just get rid of all our recoil.
Still believe what they or don't they? We need to know.
Let's go ahead and assign this. And now we need to make our way to the limb clinic to meet Vega.
You didn't get held up at a checkpoint or something, did you? I'm inside the clinic waiting for you.
Sorry, Alex. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Hope you're not losing sight of what's important here. Sorry, this place just brings back memories. Don't take too long.
I mean, Alex, Adam totally said he was busy. You're the one who headed to a rundown building. Oh, I'm not even outside yet. Who headed to a rundown building and decided to wait before he even said he would be there.
I don't want any trouble.
Now, do we have to take a loading screen? We do not, thankfully. And it's just down the road. It's definitely seen better days. Oh, thought the game was gonna lock up for a second there. And head downstairs into this little secret room.
Hey, glad you can make it. Any trouble getting away?
Miller's been giving me some leeway, but not much. I did survive a terror attack.
You and me both. God, sometimes I really hate this city. It used to welcome people like us, go out of its way to entice Augs to live here. This clinic was built because Prague saw us as its future. Now, look at it.
Times change, Alex.
I know, trust me, even got the scars to prove it.
Scars?
We've been working together for a few months now. Still don't know much about you.
What, you trolling for my secrets now?
Just the good ones. How did you join the Juggernaut Collective?
They got me out of a tough spot. Before the incident. I was working for Bell Tower flying VIPs around Panama, and I stumbled into something big. Something very important people didn't want anyone to know about. So, they ordered Bell Tower to kill me.
Janus warned you? Got you out?
A friend of Janus's, someone in the collective who used to work for Bell Tower too. You don't mess with these people, Adam. Not by yourself. I learned that the hard way.
You're a valuable asset. The collective could have sent you anywhere. Why Prague?
You really need to ask? Ever since the incident, paranoia and racism are eating this city alive. The whole world's watching just to see how Prague handles its AUG problem.
Didn't realize the entire collective was pro-AUG.
Not everyone is. But we all know our real enemies need chaos to operate in. Play the right chord, pull the right string, and Prague has plenty of that.
You said we got something?
Yeah, listen to this.
A little heads up would have been nice.
Sending your team to Dubai was my call, but now we need to go by the book. Focus on Ark.
You want me to pin all of this on them? The bombings in Prague, the break-in at Vessel Life, and Dubai?
Officially, all 5 attacks involved augmented terrorists. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. But send me the reports if you want me to prove it, because Ark don't operate in North America.
They're setting up ARC, Adam. They sent you into that ambush in Dubai, and now they want to pin everything on the Augmented Rights Coalition. I told you Miller was dirty.
Well, Miller might be working with someone who's dirty, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's dirty. But it definitely doesn't look good.
I agree, it doesn't look good. He's pulled me off Dubai, put me on the train station bombing. I think he's about to send me to Gollum City.
The Udalek complex? You're not gonna like it there. It was built by the Santo Group as temporary housing for transient workers. But now...
Now it's home to every unlicensed dog in the Czech Republic. And it's where ARC's made its headquarters.
Shit, man. What are they planning?
We need to play this smart, Alex. Think about what we heard. What was that bit about VersaLife?
You mean the break-in that never happened? Yeah, I started digging into that right after I decrypted the conversation.
What'd you find?
Like I said, man, it's the break-in that never happened. VersaLife is one of the biggest pharma companies on the planet, the only one still manufacturing neuropozyne. If it got broken into, it would have been big news.
So why are they saying it did? VersaLife doesn't produce just neuropozyne. They've got a huge research and development division.
Yeah? So? What does that have to do with ARC? Why frame them for break-in?
They want them to look like terrorists. I guess it depends on what they'll say was stolen. See what the collective can dig up. If this really is a conspiracy, that break-in will be the thread to pull on.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna finish my investigation. Find out who really bombed the station. I'll let you know when I turn up.
Same here. Good luck, Adam.
You really need to cloak. There's only one way
you still
out.
going to Gollum City?
You are. Meet me at Kopecki's puppet shop. Your pilot's en route. I'll brief you there.
Copy that.
Okay. Like I may have mentioned earlier, I'm not a huge fan of the story in this game. And a big part of that is that all of the really interesting things, you know, the things that are relevant to the previous game, Human Revolution, and the original game, Deus Ex, kind of take place behind the scenes. That question, why Prague, is actually really important, because most of the story revolves around, well, infighting and a takeover in the Illuminati by Bob Page. And we don't get to see any of it. We're kind of on the periphery of that. Another way to think about it is that we get to see the results of the antagonist's actions, but we don't really get to directly interact with them. And to top it all off, it's not like the conspiracy is, you know, super complex or super well hidden. It's just kind of something the game very heavily hints at and almost explicitly describes, and then just says, Adam knows about this, you know about it, but we're not going to let you do anything about it.
Okay, well.
You may be wondering where we're heading to the Palisade Bank. I just think this place is awesome, and I think it's really fun to play. And two, we have a side quest we need to take care of before we accidentally make too much more progress.
Absolutely secure. Data
You know, we need to visit the CEO. Let's just go ahead and ask if the receptionist can buzz us up.
Allow me to finish with this gentleman, sir. Hackers are everywhere. Not here.
You know what, you're right.
Exactly.
Sorry about that.
Of course, physical security is also paramount, and Targos has an impeccable reputation.
Adam has no problem waiting in line.
Bell tower, yes? Formally, yes, but so were most security.
Like I said, I love the way this place looks.
Why don't I schedule a meeting for you with our accounts manager? He can answer all your concerns and start the application process. Yes. Why don't we do that? Thank you.
Almost done?
A pleasure, sir.
Alright, my turn.
Hello, sir. Welcome to Palisade. May I help you?
Not sure. Never been to a property bank?
I see. Well, we are the premier secure corporate archive in the world. We offer a number of services, including ultra-secure corporate vaults, as well as executive safes for smaller accounts. Exclusivity, anonymity, and security are the cornerstones and our greatest selling point.
Makes sense that security is a major concern for your clients.
Oh, yes. Everything at Palisade is state-of-the-art. Security measures are audited regularly, and Tavos is a very well-respected private security firm. Would there be anything else?
You know, I have to applaud this guy for, you know, mastering customer service and also being able to recite marketing copy on demand and look cheerful while doing it.
Your executive safes are available to anyone?
Well, we do have an exclusive clientele, and the application process is rigorous. Despite this, almost all our safes are currently occupied.
Your client list must be very impressive.
It is. Mostly they are held by executives from our client companies, but some select individuals have been approved as well.
But with the same high security standards, I hope.
Oh, of course. And access to the executive safe room is restricted. Clients must use their assigned personalized keycards to gain entry.
That's all? Sounds a little simple.
It's a little bit more involved. The keycard also switches off all automated security measures within the vault. Lasers and sentries and the like. All very high-tech.
You know, I can't imagine that a bank securing its vault with an automated anti-personnel turret would be well received in the modern day.
How big are the corporate vaults? Doesn't seem like this building would hold that many.
Oh, quite big in fact. We call them container vaults. Like shipping containers. Our storage facility is actually right under our feet. Quite an impressive sight.
Underground makes sense. Great security feature.
Absolutely. In addition, they are only visited by appointment and require the use of a client's keycard to access.
You know, I feel like Adam is just talking to him here kind of because he wants to talk shop.
So this is a data haven.
Well, we don't use that term here, but yes. We archive highly sensitive materials and documents for some of the most powerful businesses and people in the world. No worries about corporate espionage here.
Or government subpoenas.
Our international clientele do tend to disagree with the stance of their local governments as it pertains to corporate rights, let's say.
So they take advantage of this country's more pro-business legislation.
I suppose that's one way of looking at it, if you were a cynic. I prefer to think that our clients shouldn't have to deal with small-minded anti-capitalist bureaucracies if they can avoid it.
Man, for a receptionist, you have strong opinions about, corporate welfare. And besides, Adam's a cyberpunk protagonist. He has to be a cynic.
I think I'd like to see the account manager.
I'm sorry, Mr. Romanek is unavailable at the moment.
Thanks for the information.
Have that nice conversation. Oh yeah, I want to see the account manager. Nope, see ya. Let's take a quick look around the area before we end the episode. If you can't tell by the sight cones, Palisade Bank is probably the most secure area in the game. It's pretty difficult to find an easy way in.
I'm sorry, sir. The VIP vaults are only accessed by appointment, and there are no appointments scheduled.
You need an appointment to access your own vault?
For the corporate vaults, yes. This allows time for preloading your container into the viewing area. You also need your personalized keycard.
Thanks for the information.
Again, very reasonable, well-behaved security. As I was saying last time about approaching a situation like a spiral, starting at the edge and then, working your way towards the more intense security in the middle, finding that edge in Palisade Bank can be very difficult. There's robots, security lasers, tons of armed guards, lots of cameras, and the only security terminals are probably going to get you into a gunfight if you try to access them. Now, there are some weak points, namely the elevators. As you can tell, this same elevator accesses the first 3 floors. All we need is a keycard to unlock it. And luckily, that keycard is available to us without too much effort. But I think we're going to have to leave exploring the Palisade Bank proper and sneaking into the CEO's office for the next episode, because we are about out of time. So I'm Sam, this has been Deus Ex Mankind Divided, and I hope to see you next time. Let's look at the ceiling before we cut. Until then.